This is going to be a cabin air filter change for the Mazda 3. It is not as easy as some other cars, so please come along. First thing to do is you want to pull this off. There is a little tab back there that is an L, so just be careful that you don't hang that up and break it, but you're going to kind of pull out and then pull up on this. The reason is we're actually going to take out this whole entire glove box and it needs to drop down. So you want to take that piece off there. We're also going to take off the piece in the door well here. Okay, we got that off. Next we're going to take off this piece here in the corner, and it's got a little tab here, right around here. There's a little push pin. I find the best way is actually just use your fingernail to get underneath the little pin and it'll pull it up. Once the pin is up, it should remove. Do not force this out, you will break it. Once you remove the pin, you can literally just pull this off. When you go to pull this piece off, it's an outward motion like that. There's a big clip there that's hooked into this hole here. There are 2 black screws, 1 Phillips head and 2 on the left there. Those need to be removed. Once you remove the panel on the lower right side there and you remove the 2 screws, you're just going to pull out, and you're going to hear a lot of popping noises, but just pull straight out. I kind of cut my hand around the right side there, and then I opened the glove box and held the middle and then pulled straight out. It's going to just pop right out. You're going to want to disconnect this connector here so you can move it out of the way. Otherwise, you see I'm already running out of room here. Once you remove the glove box, it should look something like this. Okay, so look how many tools and stuff I have. That's because I thought I could leave the fuse box in there, mounted up with all the sensors and plugs in order to get these 2 bolts out of the back on the frame. There's 2 12mm bolts. I got the right one off. The left one, whoever did put that on the factory, maybe it was like a Monday and this guy was feeling really strong, I don't know. That one, I stripped it, and luckily I had these stripping, kind of like that alligator wrench where it goes over strip bolts, and that eventually got it out. But this turned, I was ignoring all the things in the way to see if I could just get this frame off, because what happens is the air filter is behind this black metal bar here. So take it from me, you try to save time and then you end up spending even more time. But what we did since the last time we talked is there's a little cover, little plastic cover here. You just push the little 2 tabs in, it'll drop off, pull it off, then you'll see the fuse holder here. The fuse holder has, I'm sorry, it's backwards. The fuse holder has these 2 twisty pins, one there on the right, one there on the left. Just twist them by your thumb, that'll come out. And then there's these little tabs here, so your tray was into this one here, so you kind of want to go out and then all the way out, because you could swing, but you want to take it all the way out on both sides. Then you need to remove all the clips in it. If you don't remove the clips, it'll just hang here and it'll still be in the way. So just remove all these clips. They're all very easy to remove. They have easy latches for releasing, either the black type here where you go up and down, or this kind here where it snaps into place. Fast forward to, we finally have this bracket off. You can just pull it off here. You can remove these pins if you want. I'm going to see if I could just get away with just kind of putting it out of the way. So we're finally where we need to get to, which is all the way here in the left-hand corner. There's now 4 Phillips head bolts, which is going to get us access in 2 at the top. That's going to get us access to the old filters. Okay, we now have the cover off. Here it is. You have the 2 screws on the bottom left there. You have 1 in the upper right and then 1 in the upper left. There's a sensor. You want to pull off the sensor clip so you can hang it. And then now you can see that we did all that work just to get to this little... We did all that work just to get to this opening here. So once it's open, inside is your filter. So let's remove them. 1. Pretty dirty, not bad. All right, so we have our old air filters out. I went ahead and vacuumed it out really quick, really easy to do once this is all out. And now you have your 2 new filters. You want the foam one, actually goes on the top, so it's going to be the top, and you'll notice it says airflow, which direction the airflow goes. But you want the tab that's a little shorter and a little thicker, on the outside like this. You're going to put this one in first and kind of shove it in and then up. And then the next one is going to go underneath it like this. And then so it's going to look like this once it's in there. They're going to be stacked on top of each other. I know that seems complicated. The reason why it's like this is because that hole is only so big, so rather than making the hole this wide, they do it in modules. You put this one in, then you put that one in. And you'll notice that this one has a track on it, 2 slots, because that slot holds in the single slot of this one. So those just slide into each other and make a perfect match. Left hole is where they both go. Nothing goes in the right side. Okay, I have my new filters properly installed. When you shake them, when you kind of give them a little wiggle, like even the bottom one, you can see it's stuck in there, and then the top one, you can kind of get your hands all the way up there and shake it, and you can see it's firm. It's not moving around in there. They're both on top of each other. Now comes the fun part, putting it all back together. We're going to start with putting our 4 screws in, then put on the frame, and then start making sure all those plugs are plugged in. That's really important, and then we'll get that glove box back on. All right. So I got the back frame on. I need to go screw in those 2 12mm bolts, and I've got my carpet back on the tab there. As far as putting the sensors back on, I started with the bottom first, and then now I'm going to go for the top. I got the left side there, right side there. And as far as which cables go where, you will know, like certain cables will only reach certain areas. And as far as getting them into place, they're all latchable, and you'll feel them click into place. Like if you're even questionable at all, you didn't do it right. Like there's a firm connection once you get those things in the right spot. When you're putting this back in, it'll just swing up, and you have the little white tabs here, and those should align perfectly, and you hold it up, you twist it, and it'll be a perfect connection. You'll know when you hit it. All right, so we got the lower left plastic in, we've got the fuse cover plastic on. Now the main thing with putting these little plastic pieces back on is usually there's some sort of like end piece like that needs to be put in first, and then worry about the whole second. Like usually there's a snap in or some sort of L-shaped groove. Just put those in first, put the little buttons in last. With the buttons, do not force them in. They break so easily, and to get them new, like I'm sure you can get them on eBay for cheap, but if you were to buy them new, they're like $2-3 for these little plastic pins, so try not to break them. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put back in the glove box. We're going to reattach the light to the glove box. We're going to screw in the 2 screws up here, and then we're going to put this piece back on, and then the bottom piece in the door jamb, and then we're going to be all done. Okay, so when clipping this in, really focus on the bottom right and the bottom left. There's 2 latches. Once you get in there, and then just kind of push on up, and then it's just all going to snap into place. Put in your Phillips screws. We're going to put this in, and then we're done. I hope this video was helpful. If you do have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, if you can like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it.